Why? Happy Wednesday. Hopefully everyone's having an awesome day. It's about 80 degrees here in the southern state of Texas in Austin, Texas. It's a nice 80 degrees. You go out in shorts. It's awesome. I love my southern winters where we're not dealing with cold. I mean, it's a little warm for me, but I'm not going to complain too much. But we got some house news to go over. First one, George Santos faces calls to resign from Long Island GOP leaders. The rejection by the Republican leaders in the Nassau County is the sharpest denunciation from Ms. Santos' parties, whose leaders in Washington have mostly stayed mum. Not sure what that means, but oh well. Republicans official on Long Island, including Representative Anthony D'Esposito, called on Wednesday for Representative George Santos to resign as he faces multiple inquiries about his finances, campaign spending, the allegations on his campaign trail. Well, hopefully Mr. Espinato hasn't lied on the campaign trail. Mr. Espinato, who represents the district just south of Mr. Santos, said at a news conference that his Republican colleague had violated the trust from not only the voters but the people across America, which I agree. Mr. D'Esposito, who joined the event via video from his office in Washington, said that he will not associate with him in Congress, and I will encourage other representatives of the House of Representatives to join me in rejecting him. The Nassau County Party Chair, Joseph G. Caro Jr., Caro, doesn't really matter, said that Mr. Santos, the first-term Republican, lost the confidence of the Republicans in his district, saying that Mr. Santos' campaign was one of the deceit, lies, and fabrication. Yeah, this idiot, George Santos, went on Fox News. He pissed off Tulsi Gabbard, saying, well, Joe Biden's been lying for 40 years. I don't see how that's any different from me. I'm paraphrasing. Now, my thoughts on that is we as voters can say Joe Biden's been lying for 40 years. We can say Nancy Pelosi's been lying for how many decades she's been in office, or Ted Cruz, or fill in the blank representative. It's up for the voters to say that. For the representative to say, it's okay if I lied because Joe Biden lied, or fill in the blank candidate lied. That really shows that he does not take this serious. He's admitted liar, so he definitely lost trust. Here is more information from McCarthy on the matter. House Speaker Kevin McCarthy on Wednesday declined to call for the Rep. George Santos to resign over fabrications about his resume and questions about his finance, even as New York Republican raised pressure for the embattled first-term lawmaker. I try to stick by the Constitution. The voters elected him to serve. If there is a concern that he has to go through ethics, let him move through that, McCarthy told reporters on Wednesday. He'll continue to serve, McCarthy said of Santos. And then we got to go down to the very bottom. McCarthy said earlier on Wednesday that Santos will not be assigned to the Appropriation, Ways and Means, Financial Service, and Energy Commerce committees, but he did not rule out Santos sitting on other committees. It would take 2/3 of the votes to expel Santos from his seat. I mean, there's always that option, The House could vote to remove him, but that's not all. McCarthy made a promise to the voters, saying if he's elected as Speaker of the House, or elected the House, or in the Speaker of the House, he will kick people off. And he's following through with it. This is CNN politics, which is just a video. Lame. That is really lame. I didn't realize that was a video until I actually clicked on it. But pretty much, he's kicking Omar Shiff and one other person for ethic issues. They don't really represent any of that. Let's see here. Let's see here. McCarthy kicks out people from committees. Let's see here. Lauren Byron said, let's see here. Why do you not show up? They don't really want to show this up. You would think that they would want this to show up. You would really think. Let's see here. Let's see here. When was this published? Published January 10th. So yesterday, Kevin McCarthy said he's going to kick out Democrat Omar, Eric Swalwell, and Adam Schiff from their committees if Republicans win back control of the House. House Minority Way. This was back in 22, so he's making do on his promise. Those three members are out of their committees, and good riddance. I would go on with the video, but there's nothing more to say. There's nothing more to say other than that he's following through on his commitments. Let's see, is there another one? Let's see here, that's 22. Really? Anytime, let's see here, past week. Oh, there we go. By the Daily Mail, Kevin will kick Democrats off of powerful committee positions and pay back for Plessy to snub Republican Speaker to boot the squad member Elon Omar off of Foreign Affairs and remove Adam Schiff and Eric Swalwell from Intelligence. Will make good on Republican threats to kick off representatives. This move is likely payback from former Democrat House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, stripping GOP Representative Mary Terry Greene and Paul Gosar from their committee assignments during the 117th Congress. Honestly, Shiff has been lying, going back to the hypocrisy of George Santos. He's been lying about Trump, saying that he has evidence, but he can't present evidence. You got Eric Swalwell that was banging Feng Feng, which was a Chinese spy. So with good reasons, they should be kicked off. Republicans warn that Democrats would regret down the road deciding to dictate who serves on what committee if operating under the usual precedents. Democratic Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries would offer their names in retrospect for committees that McCarthy would approve. Speaker McCarthy, however, told Punchbowl News that he's already made the case against all three far-left representatives earning the spot on the high-profile committees. It's not like anything new, McCarthy said. Remember, that's what Nancy Pelosi, this type of Congress she wanted to have. Swalwell can't get a security clearance in the private sector. He added, his fellow California lawmaker, I'm not going to give him a government security clearance. He will continue. Shiff has lied too many times to the American public. You should not have be on the intel. All three lawmakers said they haven't engaged in wrongdoing and should not be removed from their committees. However, Swalwell faced questions over his ties with Chinese spy named Feng Feng. The woman helped Swalwell raise money for his 2014 campaign. And while California Democrats said he cut all ties with the alleged spies, it's shown that he remained friends with her on Facebook long after the FBI briefing on her ties to China. You gotta have relationships. And when I say you gotta have relationships, you have to have relationships with people that may not have your best interests at heart when you're a politician. I don't hold this against Swalwell to remain friends on Facebook, to have that open dialogue, but you don't sleep with them. And who knows what information he gave up. Omar, for her part, has shared a slew of anti-Semitic comments and sentiments towards which has been even criticized by other Democrats. That's where he's going with it. She's a key member of the so-called Squad, a group made up of mostly progressive left-wing Democrats, including Alexandra Ocasio-Cortez, Cori Bush, and Rashida Tlaib. After the rules package passed Monday, the next big fight would shape up to be the partisan brawl on the floor regarding committee assignments. Following more than a week of Republicans bickering and chaos, they weren't bickering and chaos. They were actually debating. They were debating. They're trying to get the best deal for the Speaker of the House. And I think they got it. So it wasn't bickering and chaos. That's how our government's supposed to govern. McCarthy has been vowing since 21 to block Swalwell, Shiff, and Omar from spots on the Intelligence and Foreign Affairs committees. Multiple Democratic leaders' source claimed the plan is to still name Shiff and Swalwell to Intel and Omar to Foreign Affairs, according to Punchbowl. Meanwhile, Republicans will place Green, Gosser, and the latest controversial GOP representative committees. I hope not. On this last one, Democrats are now in the minority and can't do anything to stop it. Green was booted off the budget and then educational labor panels in February over a series of offensive comments that she made before being elected to Congress, including pushing conspiracy theories about Jewish people. Democrats' resolution to remove her from the committee was backed by 11 House Republicans as well. It's pretty much bickering. It's politics at play, but that is what the House is up to as of right now. It'd be interesting to see about the Fair Act or the Fair Tax Act, which pretty much removes the IRS. It removes income tax along with some other taxes. Be interesting once that comes up to a vote, if the GOP could vote on it and send it to the Senate. Now, I do think that bill is a motionless bill and is dead on arrival in the Senate, but we never know. The Democrats may take it and pass it. I'd be surprised if they do, but anyways, that is my video for today. If you want to leave a comment, please do. I'm interested to know what your thoughts are on the matter. With that being said, have yourself a wonderful day, morning, or evening.